We train for the sake of Allah.
For the sake of Allah.
For the sake of Allah as well, man.
We train for the sake of Allah.
That's it, but we train for Deen.
Training for Allah, training for Deen. These are common terms in the social media space across the Muslim content creation scene. And I want to ask some of the brothers here at the basin what they think training for Allah means. So I'm going to train with the brothers, and of course at the end I'm going to give my thoughts and tell you guys how you can train for the sake of Allah. Stay tuned. Training with the brothers.
It's going to be a good set, reminds me of lockdown.
Yeah, we're gonna do some laps today. What's the thoughts behind the laps?
So basically, when it comes to endurance, of course muscle endurance is important, but we already do that. I feel like we're very confident with that and we're strong at that. But some people, they forget about the cardiovascular endurance. So your lungs, your heart, and a lot of people neglect on that and they don't train that, and that's why the endurance game in calisthenics is not as strong. So if you mix both of them, never level. And in general, bro, like running is sunnah. I feel like sometimes when you keep building muscles, yeah, you get too stiff, you know.
Just completed, what was it, 4 laps, 10 muscle ups, 50 pull-ups, 100 dips, 4 laps again. I'm not gonna lie, these brothers train hard. I don't know what it is, if it's their motivation, their intention, what it is, but it's something that keeps them going.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Yusuf. I'm 15 years old. I've been doing calisthenics since last Ramadan. Your body is amana. Trust from Allah. That means we have to take care of our bodies. So that's why I'm out here with the brothers. Alhamdulillah, we get good sessions in. For the sake of Allah, training calisthenics has a lot of benefits like increased cardio, increased strength, which we all need as men, alhamdulillah.
Set almost done. What time is it? It's like almost 11.
Almost 11, quarter to 11. Allah, my boy, bro. My boy JS. Last week to this week, if you compare him to last week to this week, big turnaround, man. Allah, my boy. Last week, obviously, he had injuries. He had to break. He had to adjust the set. But today, he completed the full set, bro. No excuses. That just shows you his mindset. And as I literally just told him before, it's the evolution of JS. Allah, my boy.
I got one left, literally. That's it, and then done.
Full set,
that's mindset. That's why we train.
Yeah, you guys know the set. Fam, he's gonna put it down. He completed the full set, bro. Allah, my boy.
We train for the sake of Allah.
Set, bro. We train for Deen. Assalamu alaikum, my people. My name is Jahidu. I've been doing calisthenics for almost 6 years, alhamdulillah. First of all, alhamdulillah, you know, because of Allah, we wake up every day. Allah gives life, He gives everything. But for me, man, training is like a lifestyle now, man. It's my bread and butter. It's my career. I have a business because of training. I make money through training. So alhamdulillah, man, so I have to wake up, train, because of course I have to pay my bills, but at the same time it's a passion for me. So I can't complain. Like for me, whatever I dreamt like 5-6 years ago, alhamdulillah, I'm doing it right now, you get me? So bro, all praise to Allah, man. Like for me, training is a lifestyle, it's business, it's my bread and butter, it's my passion, and it's my therapy, man. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, man. So train for Deen, man, like, you know, I'm going to explain it, because a lot of people, when they hear train for Deen, they mean what? Training for jihad or what? Training for war. It's not always the case. Like train for Deen means literally train for faith or religion. Alhamdulillah, you know, we're Muslims, our faith is Islam, and that's what it means. We train for our religion. Like we train to be fit so we could worship Allah properly. We train to be fit so we could protect our women, protect our wives, protect our mothers, protect our sisters, our family, our brothers. Sometimes you have to be healthy to fast properly. If you're going Umrah, if you're going Hajj, you have to be a healthy man or woman to be able to perform them worship and ibadah easily. Of course, like you could still do it without training, but if you're training a certain way, it just makes everything easier for you, and that way you're enjoying and you have more kushud, you know, in worshipping Allah. So that's why I train for Deen. Like for me, it's a big thing. Like, that's why I made my own brand of it. That's why I try promote it. That's why I get a lot of brothers into the look. So obviously my boy JS, look, turn around, look, train for Deen. I'm wearing one right now. So big up Kuwa, big up train for Deen. So that's that's the main reason, bro. Like train for Deen means train for faith, train for religion. Our faith, our religion is Islam. We train for the sake of Allah. We train with my brothers. You know, alhamdulillah, man. We never try to compromise the Deen whilst training. Again, as I said before, we train so we worship Allah properly. We train so our worship is easy. You get me? We train so we could protect our women. So there's so many ways, and at the same time, but we're Muslim. We should be strong, you know. We should be confident. Like when people see us, when non-Muslims see us, they're like, "Rah, these Muslims are strong." I'm embracing my religion, you know. I'm embracing Islam, and as I said, I'm embracing the religion of Allah and our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know. So alhamdulillah, man, that's why I train for Deen, you get me?
So far we've interviewed two Muslims who are very strong in their faith. But what about a revert brother who's new to Islam? What about his opinions? What does he think train for the sake of Allah means? Meet Tyler, a recent revert brother who's going to guide us through his mindset when it comes to training.
My name's Tyler Barclay. I've been a revert for 2.5 months now. I've been training gym calisthenics for about 1.5 years. I've been training calisthenics more consistently within the last 2 to 3 months. And yeah, man, I've been coming down to Shadwell Basin, training with the Akis here. And alhamdulillah, man, we're seeing progress. To keep myself fit, man, I don't want to look at myself in the mirror and be disappointed with what I have, man. I'm young, I've been blessed with a good body, a healthy mind, a healthy body, so I want to keep that active, and for the sake of Allah as well, man. I feel like we need to keep our body strong, we need to keep our mind strong, and unless we have both of those, as well as the spiritualness as well, unless we have all of that, it's not gonna work out. So I feel like, yeah, you need to keep yourself fit, you need to keep yourself healthy. For me, I do it a lot for my own mental health, because if I'm not out training, I'm gonna be maybe go home, be sinning, doing other things. So this helps me to keep me focused, man. And I come here, obviously you, man, you come here, you pray. That stops me from doing whatever I'm going to do, wasting time at home, delaying prayers. So I feel like, yeah, coming here allows me to actually just, you know, be consistent, get on my training, get on my Deen, and have a good brotherhood surrounding me as well, man. I feel like that really helps. From when I was talking to my Muslim brothers before I reverted, a lot of them would tell me about how, as Muslims, like, they should be strong within their mental, as I just said, within their mental, within their spiritual, within their physical. But a lot of those guys that were telling me that, they weren't strong themselves, they weren't fit, they weren't going to the gym. So I'm saying that, and I'm saying, you're giving me all this advice, but you're trying to drop dawah to me, but you're not taking your own. You're not taking your own advice. So I saw that as a stepping stone. With how you train, it keeps you locked in. It keeps you focused. And especially when you train around good brothers as well, you can focus on your prayers. You can do your training at the same time, and it all kind of ties into one, innit?
Anything else you want to say? Or?
Follow my guy's channel, man. Follow Jahedul's channel. Come down to the bars on Sunday. Come and get it in, man. Come on work. Come and get some gains, bro.
We've heard from a range of brothers what they think train for the sake of Allah and train for Deen means. From the young to the revert brother who's new to Islam, and also to someone who's been pioneering the words train for Deen, training for the sake of Allah, and someone that's been in the calisthenics community and the Islamic community and growing it for quite a while. And in general, the common themes we see is this idea of niyyah and intention. The intention to train for betterment, to train for a greater purpose, and training for being more physically fit so you're able to do more things such as pilgrimage, such as praying, being more physically able to do these things. It's clear that the words train for the sake of Allah is something that holds a lot of value to us Muslims and to the people in the calisthenics scene, but something that has been taken out of context in recent times. No, we're not saying that doing pull-ups and muscle-ups is going to train us for a state of war or for jihad and things like that. If you are of the assumption of jihad and things like that, I'd say to do your research, because that is not what that means. Doing things like this is just to strengthen our community and strengthen our physicality so that we're more able to do things. And what breaks my heart is that the scrutiny that has been directed towards this community is from the Muslims themselves. In a time where we're all meant to be united and be closer together more than ever, when there's things going on in Palestine, things going on in Sudan, in Congo, and all around the world, this is a time for us to all be united and not a time for us to divide. We're pushing the same message that our scholars, our Quran is teaching us, but we're just adding the message that you should also be physically fit and physically able. And I hope that you brothers now understand what these words mean. And I'll leave you with this. If you have a little brother, or maybe you have a son that's coming up, I know our youth, such as Yusuf, who's 15 years old. I know 15-year-olds who are at home, they're online gaming all day, don't go to school, and are simply just very, very inactive. Would you rather your little brother, your son, have a sedentary lifestyle and not strive towards the path of Allah, or would you rather that they rub shoulders with strong brothers who are leading them in Jamaat, also training with them, bettering their mind, bettering their health, and just molding them into more of a man, in my opinion? Remember, we train for the sake of Allah, and I hope that this video was of immense benefit to you. I encourage you to leave your comments below what you think of this video, what you think of the words we train for Deen, we train for the sake of Allah. And I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.